Hi, I'm Craig Bryson, Public Information Officer with the Road Commission for Oakland County. With me today is Daryl Hyde, the Director of the Highway Maintenance Department at the Road Commission. Today we're going to talk about gravel roads and why many of them become difficult to drive at this time of year in the spring. But first, a little bit of background about Oakland County and the Road Commission and our gravel roads. First, we've got 777 miles of gravel roads, 777 miles, nearly 800 miles of gravel roads. That's more miles of gravel roads than many Michigan road commissions have in total roads, paved and gravel. Additionally, many of the gravel roads in Oakland County carry far more traffic than gravel roads should carry, according to engineering standards. Generally speaking, a road that carries 500 or more vehicles a day should be paved. We have many unpaved roads that carry far more than 500 vehicles per day. In fact, some of the Oakland County gravel roads carry far more traffic than many of the paved roads in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So why don't we just pave all the gravel roads? And the answer to that question is money. We receive enough funding every year to pave 1 mile of gravel road. Again, we've got 777 miles of gravel roads. Clearly, most of our gravel roads are going to remain gravel for a long time to come. So Daryl, why do gravel roads become difficult to drive at this time of year in the spring?
That's a good question, but I'd like to talk about the fall and winter first, because at those times the temperature is starting to drop and the ground is starting to freeze. And once the ground does freeze, the subsurface or underground drainage is lost. Once there's water on the ground, it has nowhere to go. So now as we leap into the springtime and as the temperatures start to rise, you'll get a thawing of the top couple inches of the gravel roads. And with that thawing, you'll have water. But again, with the subsurface frozen, there's nowhere for the water to go other than stay on top of the gravel roads, and it becomes soft and soupy. So what will end up happening is, as you get small pockets on the gravel road that thaw, that is when your potholes will begin to form. A vehicle will travel over these small pockets and it will displace the material of that gravel road, thus creating a pothole. And as one pothole starts, you start getting a pounding or a beating of the gravel road, and that's just a repetitive pounding of the road, so you get more and more of it, and that's where you get your washboard effect. Now, we try to patch those sections as best we can throughout the winter and the spring. But what will happen too, as the road continues to thaw, you'll have more and more water that develops on top of the surface of the road, and that'll end up turning the road into a soupy mess, I guess is what we'll call it. What the Road Commission will do is we'll throw some wrap on those areas to try and stabilize them.
So there isn't really too much we can do at this time of year to reduce that soup on top of the road, in other words, until the ground thaws and the water can drain off. Is that
That's correct. And again, like I say, we have used what we call wrap. It's a reclaimed asphalt pavement, and that's just simply the millings of a bituminous road that's been milled up and reconstructed. The good part about that material is it doesn't absorb moisture, so we can mix it in with the wet material and it will stabilize the road. But come springtime, we run into issues where it doesn't accept the water or absorb water. It also does not absorb brine. So during the dust control season, when we're spraying brine, we have to cover over that wrap or mix it in with the gravel road so the dust control is effective.
I'd like to also point out that we used to have a gravel program where we bought a lot of gravel and we'd go out and spread it on long sections of particularly bad gravel roads. Unfortunately, due to our revenue declines, we've had to reduce that or eliminate that program, and we can now only do that in spot areas that are particularly bad, or in cases where the communities, usually townships, are willing to pay for that gravel, and then we'll provide the labor and the equipment to spread that gravel. Additionally, our staff has been reduced by 20% over the last 3 years because of the declining revenue, and as a result, we've simply got fewer employees available to perform those types of tasks on our gravel roads. But what about the equipment we use to grade gravel roads, Daryl? What type of equipment do we use, and what are the issues with that equipment?
Well, we currently have 19 graders in our fleet. The oldest, which we have 4 of, are 15 years old, and our newest grader, which we have 1 of, is only 4 years old. But given the type of activities and the hours that this equipment is run, we have a difficult time keeping that running, the equipment up and running. What we do is we will also use our trucks. The float trucks that you see during winter, we will also throw on the gravel roads, especially this time of year. We want to try and get around to as many areas as we can to try and get the potholes that are starting to develop with the thaw covered as quickly as we can.
So these are the same trucks that we use to salt and plow in the wintertime, and they can perform a double duty, if you will, of helping out on grading some of the gravel roads. So with a limited number of pieces of equipment and nearly 800 miles of gravel road, clearly we can't grade every gravel road every day or even every week. How frequently do we try to grade the gravel roads?
Well, the Road Commission plans to grade the gravel roads at least 12 times per year. Now, again, keep in mind that that is an average, and some of the busier roads will see more gradings than 12 during that year, where some of the less volume roads will see less gradings. But we do have staff out running all the gravel roads, and we're trying to direct our employees and equipment to the roads that are in the worst condition at that time.
And of course, as I mentioned, with the staff issues we have, it's a challenge. Of course, we should be doing more of all of the maintenance issues that you've mentioned, the pothole patching, the shoulder work, drainage maintenance, etc. We are limited, however, by the amount of staff and equipment that we have. We are, however, committed to doing the very best we can with the equipment and the staff we have. And even though we can't do as much gravel road maintenance as we would like to, we are still committed to doing the best we can, as I mentioned, and we need your help. The community can help to be our eyes and ears out on those roads that we can't be on every minute of every day. So if you have a concern or an issue that you see out there, or even a question that you want to ask us, we'd ask that you please either give us a call or contact us through our website. You can call our Department of Customer Services toll-free at 877-858-4804. Again, that's 877-858-4804. For non-emergencies, you can send us a message through our website. The address of the website is www.rcocweb.org. rcocweb.org. Again, that's rcocweb.org. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this today. Thank you to Daryl for sharing information with us about gravel roads. And please drive safely out there. Thank you.